Well, that's weird. The last tutorial on Java didn't scare you guys away? Well, today I'm back with a more advanced tutorial. So we're going to go back to repl.it, create a new repl, Java, and then create. Right, so we're going to create a function called public static int add things up. And then we're going to be taking in int num1, int num2, and then it's going to return num1 plus num2, similarly to like how we did it last time. And here we're going to do add things up, and then give it 3 and 5. And then if we run this, it will print out 8. Now this is what we want. Now I'm going to show you something called overloading. Now what is overloading? It doesn't mean that you start inputting tons and tons of things and this completely crashes the computer and overloads. That's not what it means. Overloading means that a function with the same name can do different things if you input different things into it. So if you give it different things into a function with the same name, it can do different things. So what do I mean by that? Well, say we do something called public static string add things up. You can give this one strings, string word1, and then you could give it string word2, and what you can do here is you can do word1 plus space plus word2. Now when you print out this function with the same name, add things up, but instead of giving it integers, you give it strings. So let's put my name in here. When you run this, the system will know that the number one is supposed to go to this function, and the one where you're putting in strings is supposed to go into this function. And see, this one returns 8 and this one returns Jasmine Wu. So this is what overloading is. Now you just learned a pretty important concept in Java, which is called polymorphism. And what it means is that different things in Java can sometimes take on different forms depending on the situation. And what we just seen here was called overloading, which is one type of polymorphism. Another thing I want to show you is called classes that can extend and inherit from parent and child classes. Now, inheritance is another concept that is a little tricky, so I'm going to demonstrate how it works to you right now. So let's say we have a class called animal, and we have a class called dog, and dog will extend animal, extends animal. And what this means is that whatever functions we have inside animal, dog will also have, because dog is a child class of animal. So let's make a couple functions. So let's say public string sleep. And what this function will do is that it won't take in anything, but what it'll do is it will return a string called I am sleeping. And then let's create another one. Eat, return I am eating. And then dog, it doesn't have any real functions for sleep and eat because animal already has them. It doesn't need to create again, but let's give dog one of its own, and it will have something called bark. So dog can bark, but animal cannot. Well, we don't know what type of animal, so we can't say that all of them will bark. I am barking wolf. And there we go. We have these functions created, and then in the main we are going to system.out print long whatever we want to print, except we can't just call something like this. This won't work, and let me tell you why. It's because main doesn't have these functions. It won't know what you're trying to say, so we have to create these objects first, right? Animal and dog. So we're going to create animal a equals new animal. This is how we create an object in Java. And then we also need to create a dog. So new dog. And now we can call it. So say we want to do a dot sleep, and then let's make another one called a dot eat, and then let's try with dog sleep, and then the dot, and let's run it and see what happens. There we go, all of them run. And even though we don't have eat and sleep for a dog, it still is able to use these functions because animal has it. Now let's see if we can get dog to bark. So what we will do is we will do d.bark, and it says I am barking wolf. Now what if we try calling a and then seeing if it can say bark? What will happen then? It won't work because animal is the parent class. It does not have access to its child class's methods and functions. So bark, only dog has it, and it can use whatever animal has as their functions, but it can't go the other way around. And that is inheritance. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on polymorphism with Java. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And don't forget to click the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.